Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is Wednesday. Happy to hump day. Let's see what's going on today. You can see dollar index. Is that up or down? Let's take a look and see. Let's see. It's up a little bit from yesterday. There it is right there on the beta. You can see that it's coming off of its low. It was interesting. I had that very small Monday right there. Oh, let's fix that again. And you can see it up over on J4X. You know, it's been kind of tightening up down here at the lows. In this case here, you can see it on the beta without the hinky ashkies on. You can see it's been trying to push up. We see the fast is trading at 27.2, and we have the slow at 22. So 5 points higher. And, you know, it's about a 20% increase going on. There's some strength. Oh, let's put the chat line up. And what we're seeing is that the dollar is being just sideways, no clarity or direction. As I was mentioning yesterday, it was kind of funny to listen to the talking heads in the media try to tell us. Oh, there's Janos. Hey, Janos. Two stories today: UK CPI, excuse me, and massively below forecast, and FedEx misses profit estimates. Boy, I'll tell you, they were really flying. FedEx. They've been flying like through the moon. FedEx. Really moving. 2 days ago, they were anticipated higher. So UK CPI, Consumer Price Index, massively below the number. Consumer prices. So that's, a drop of inflation, which makes everybody happy, of course. And let's see. Let's take a look at what the FTSE is doing right now. Let's see what the FTSE is doing. FTSE. There it is right there. I think it was at all-time highs just recently. So it did the same thing as the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's at all-time highs right there. It is up a little bit, as you can see right there. The last 3 days, we'll emphasize that. Clear enough. There it is. It's trying. It's almost unchanged, really, so it's not really lifting that much. And let's see if we can get FDX on the... let's put it on the other platform. FDX. Good old Federal Express. Boy, I remember that. It's, Smith and all that. He was, between that and UPS, which were pillars in the home delivery. Let's see. Let's find it right. Not there. Let's go back to this. Let's see what they're doing with the FDX. Let's see. Right there. You know what? Let me put it up on the beta to start off with. I'm curious to have it up on the beta. FDX, right? FDX. Right there. Oh, you know what? It might not show the let's do this. Let's put it up on the other platform. So, right there. Slide down. I know the stock was at all-time highs. Today's what? Wednesday? Monday, I believe it was. And let's go down to right there. Add, activate, and then copy. Copy, and paste. And there it is right there. Let's turn that one off. That's irritating. Remove study altogether. There we are. Let's put it up. Instrument. I wonder if we ever looked that up again. Oh, and let's put the chat line back up again. Chat line. Format. And let's see what FDX looks like. Instrument. Stock. F. Would you believe we don't have FDX on there? How about that? Let's add that. I got 3 different FXIs. Would you believe that? Again. 4 FRCs. Add symbol. FDX. Look up. FedEx. Let's get rid of that and open that. And here comes FDX. Let's see, FDX. All right. No. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Smart, not there. Why don't we see that? FDX Smart. There it is. That's funny. Okay. All right, here we go. And you will see FDX now. FDX. There we go. Okay, let's make it so you can see it as much as I see it. There it is right there. There's FDX. And you can see it's down from $280 to $250. So it's down right there. It's down $50. We're in the weekly buy and daily buy, and now it's look at it's pushing it into the daily sell the weekly sell right now. So yeah, they took it yesterday. I guess the high yesterday was the all-time high. Same thing on Monday was the all-time high close right there. The settlement of 281.29 with a high of 84, and yesterday it closed at 81, and which was another all-time high. And what did you say it did? It underperformed. Let's see what it says here. FDX. Where are you? FDX Corp. Trying to find what the numbers were. Analysts report FDX Corporation pioneered FDX falls. Sure it is. FDX shares slide lower in the after hours trading session after the courier missed a second quarter earnings estimate, falling short on the top and bottom lines. Yahoo Finance takes a closer look at the post operator latest earnings. Wow. So, kapooey. It fell. All right. There, the system been in a weekly buy from the 260 area. And right there, let's put the line in there for that. Right there, it went into the weekly buy. And they gave it all back. Right there. They've given it all back. There it is. And it wasn't a weekly buy for that move. And then there was a good one too. There was another winner chicken dinner. And this was another winner chicken dinner. And I guess that's what's good about taking profits. Because they're looking at it now. They brought it back down into this area here. And the math didn't pick up on the bad news whatsoever. Insiders did not take... they didn't play it. How about that? A lot of times what happens is the math picks up the insiders' movement. For many years, I used to follow Goldman Sachs. And it was the worst of my technical analysis. I mean, I used to use it as an example of insider trading. Because we always knew Goldman was a big insider trader. And same thing with Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch was the same way. Their news would come out. And it tipped us off all the time. What the insiders were doing, our math picks up the insider movement and the prices. In this case here, it looks like nobody knew that this was coming because they were taking the stock up to all-time highs for like the last 4 days. Last Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and what is that? Wednesday is crushed from the action. That's why I try not to do that stuff unless I'm doing it with options. Let's see. What's Janos say? 2 stories today. Okay. I guess that's about it. All right. Thank you, Janos, for bringing this out to us. So this time, the math did not protect you. Has to do that. Remember, The math is 85.6% of the time, almost 86% of the time, accurate. And about 14% of it is not. And so, this is one of them. Got to have it. It can't be perfect. Cannot be perfect. Now, from there, but you can find better ways to trade things with the math. And that's where removing risk and using the listed options, or as Dukascopy talks about, is binary trades, bear spreads, bull spreads, things like that. Make it easier for you to not take as much risk. So in other words, if you're long or short the underlying product, or as I like to call it, the hard delta, then what happens is that in a day like yesterday, the news comes out and they slam the product. Matter of fact, we could even let's see what it looked like in the after hours. See if we can do that. Like, see this chart right here? Open, see, copy. Just for the fun of it, since we're looking at it, and I don't see anybody asking any other questions. Oh, there we go. What do we got here? Mischeck. Hey, how are you? Yeah, we have fun with lots of things. We like to look at anything. We'll look at any product anyway. Take a look at the math, see what it's trying to tell us. So I copied it, right? Copy. Now let's paste it. And let's take a look at FedEx, now that we have it in there. FDX. And see how the avalanche occurred. That's the way I look at it. I call it the avalanche. Okay, there we are. And let's make it just 2 days. Excuse me. A little sneeze there. Settings. And 2. There we are. There it goes. So yesterday, here we go. You see the product was, oh, look at this. This is, oh, there's a lot of it. Okay, so the news came out right, I guess somewhere's around in here, right there. There, that must be the news. So the news came out, was trading at 280, and they instantly drove it to 270. Right, and that was within, let's see if we can see the timing, 16:06, right after the bell, the New York bell at 4 o'clock, and then 16:06, and let's see, yeah, I mean, it just was within 1 second. They dropped it $10, and then even more, like about $12, and then from there it tried to bounce back up to 75. And then failed down into the mid 60s, and then let's do this too. Let's widen it a little bit. This is always fun. I like to look at that. You can see how our math is working on it. Let's see if there was any insiders. Let's look at our math, and if we go like this and move this over, you're going to see that the insiders knew it before the news came out. Right there. So you can see right on this edge here, right in here, you see they went into a sell right there. That one right there at 81, it went into a sell. And the next tick, still in a sell at 81, and then within another second or two, it got crushed. Now let's see if we can widen this out so you can see it even better. But the insiders at the very end knew something was going on. It was right there. So it went into the sell right here at 80. Let's see, where are you? 81.50. It went into the sell on an intraday sell. It closed there, and then within a few seconds afterwards, let's see, that was at, let's see if we can get the time right. Can we get the time right? That's at 16:06 even. 16:06 even, 16:06 even. The moment it went into the sell, If it's mechanized, you end up getting short, and then they brought it down. So that's the intraday of it, and then it's still in the sell until right here. Tries to pop up and fails. Right. Well, went into the sell right there, and then right back into the buy. This is just in a matter of seconds, going on. 42 seconds, 48 seconds. You can see it goes into buy right here. Picking it up, and you can see it going in and out. Goes into the sell right here, sliding down. But I always like to look at some of this. It's kind of entertaining. It's better than watching TV. And then you can see this morning, here it is today, and they started trading it, in the 50s, and they drove it down to 40, and it was in a sell for a whole little ride. And now, let's see, I guess it's trying to lift up. It's trying to get into a little intraday buy right now as we speak, right there. So that's it. How's that? And so, Miss Check, you have anything you'd like to see, or just figured you'd just say hi, or it's all right with me. Hi. Any question's a good question as far as I'm concerned. There's only long answers or short answers. That's what we do. So that's a look at the FedEx. That's kind of cool. All right, from there, what we'll do is we'll shrink that down and just leave it around for a little bit. And you can see the stock market, that's why it's been feeling that pain since this morning. The futures have been sold down slowly. It went into the sell right here. And it went back into the buy off of here, I guess it is. Let's see, 1, 2, let's widen this a little bit. Let's make it bigger too. And we'll widen it. There it is. And went into the buy right there, the 4th. Yeah, I guess you could call it the 4th. So it went into the buy here, stayed in a buy for, I guess, 2 more bars. Went back into the sell right there. And has been in the sell all the way out to right here again. Went into the buy to here. Is it there? No, there. Yeah, this. Right there, sell. Back into the buy again there. And then, it's just a bunch of junk. Still, that's a buy, and a buy. And then it goes into the sell right here on this one. And they sell it down a little bit. It's still in a sell till here. And they go into a buy. Remember, we don't pay attention to the dots. Excuse me. We don't pay attention to the dots on an intraday chart. It's just too fast. And you can see here it's still in the sell. Still in the sell. It's in the sell since here. No. I imagine Federal Express, which is in the index, is probably one of the, in the S&P 500 in particular, it's probably the top 10 stocks in the S&P 500. Out of the 500 stocks in the S&P 500, I would say FedEx is probably in the top 10 or 15. Outlook for U.S. S&P and what's that? Tesla and AMD, please. Sure. Let's check that out. And the answer to that is. Let's open it up. Luckily, we have all those. Let's see. We don't have to do any work to do that. Right there. That's Corona. There's Tesla. I'm not sure. I guess I don't have. Let me just double check Tesla because it doesn't show that it's trading at the moment. What do we have in there? We're looking at regular. Okay. So let's go to 24/7. Still doesn't show anything particular about it. It says that it's down. What is it down? $1.22 at the moment. Oh, here it is. That's it right there. So it's still in the buy now from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on a 6th day. It's been in a weekly buy for 2, 4. It's a 5th week in a weekly buy. Tesla's looking relatively fine. No major complaints. So there's the Tesla. And the other one was AMD. And there's AMD right there. Now AMD, that's today also. Went into the buy yesterday. It's pretty much unchanged today. It's been in that weekly buy, in this case here, for, let's see, where is it? Right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in a weekly buy, all the way back in the $100 area, and or $104 area, something like that. It's climbed now to the $139, no, $140 area. Okay. And there was the last buy right there, which was a winner chicken dinner. Right there. And then it pushed itself into the sell for a couple days. But since traders were in a weekly buy, you don't take those shorts. If nothing, you just take the profits at most. And then it's pushed into the buy yesterday. And it's just a little bit off in the pre-market. So there's the AMD. They look, AMD looks fine. And then, last but not least, let's check out the S&P 500. Not just the intraday, but the daily. And you can see here, that's down a little bit for the day. It's down 11 handles, 11 points. 11 and a half handles, 11.50, 11.25, 11 evens trade at a quarter. Evens bid. Woo! Evens bid again. There they are again. All right. This same situation. 2, 4, 6. This is the 8th week in a buy. The last daily buy went in there in the, what is that? The 4,677, and we are now 123 points, 133 points higher. So that was definitely a nice winner chicken dinner. Actually, I've just sold binaries in both directions for 6 weeks. A couple days ago, actually it was yesterday. Towards that high. So I have a short binary call spread on and a short put binary call put spread on. Selling premium. Took in something like what was it? 5 and 7, 12 handles, risking 12 handles. We'll see who wins first, the decay or me. All right, or the decay or the market, I guess you could say. So that is that. Now, I guess any other looks? If not, I'll go over to the dollar index, as you can see on J4X. As I said, you can see that the fast is at 27.5, the slow is at 22.4. It looks like the slow is picking up a little bit. Let's put it up over here. Let's see what. Right. There's the dollar index right there. Activate. You can see it's trying to bounce back up. Went into the daily buy yesterday. I thought that was kind of curious on a down day. I always love those. When they go into daily buys on a down day, I know the next day could be, very positive. There's a perfect example of it. It's up for the day. So that's the dollar index. That's the March contract. And we went into the buy yesterday right there. I guess we could steal one of these. Put that in there like that. And then today we're up with a red dot, but doesn't matter. It's up. But we're not trading that unless you're doing it through the options like the binaries and things like that. And I haven't traded the currencies in a couple weeks. I've had I just don't trust this time of the year for any clean direction. And I'm not interested. Well, I should have sold premium. When I really think about it, I should do some, bear spreads and bull spreads, or sell bull binaries and sell bear binaries, and just let the premium evaporate. I don't think this thing can stay I don't see it going past 107. I don't see it going past 98. So, I see it be kind of directly going nowhere, really. All right, and what else can we say about any of this? You can see, we've been in the weekly sell since this area up in here in the 105.5. The weekly sell up there, actually that goes back a little bit more. The line was right there. Went into the sell on this one, I guess it is, right around here. And we've gone from a little under the 105 area all the way down to the 101 area. 101.38. So it's been a good little ride on the short. That was a nice short. And that was a nice little short. And that was a nice little short. You remember, traders, if we're in a weekly sell and it goes into a daily sell, we get short. We play those things, and a lot of times I'll do it through the options. Sometimes I'll do it through the hard delta. It depends on what it is and how much conviction I have. That's what we like to call it on the trading floors. How much conviction do you have? Alrighty. So. Where do we go from here? And we go to Mr. and Mrs. Euro. So we're going to throw that up on the beta right there. And we're going to put it up, close this, and show you the beta first. Oh, beta. Oh, beta. There it is right there. You can see the futures contract is down a little bit. I was really surprised when I woke up right after the London Open this morning and saw the pound down. I was like, whoa, smack a doodle, smack a doodle. And it did. So let's take a look at the euro on, this is the futures contract. Let's put it up on J4X. There it is right there. Mr. and Mrs. Euro. All the little euros. Right there. There's the euro. You see euro has been in a daily buy. I think it's been daily. Yeah, you can see it. It went into the daily sell. Is that right there? Yeah. Yeah, so it went into the daily sell yesterday, it looks like there. Oop, let's do this. Let me show it to you. Went into the sell. I didn't do that right. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that again and go like this. So it went into the daily sell yesterday. I'll show you that right there. Went into the sell on the close yesterday, and that's what that line is right there. And then it's popping back up again, but they're selling it down. It's down for the day. We take a look at it on our regular platform. Let's push that up over to here. You see it down, and now that has a red and a green. So did I? Let me just double check. I could have sworn I had it without I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, let's just open that up and let's see. I thought it went into the sell. Maybe it did not. Okay, it did not. So it's still on the edge. So it's still in the buy, and it's still in the weekly buy. Okay. I think it was a cable. Let me just take a look at the cable. I think the cable went into the sell. Yeah, it was now it's got I don't remember the green dot there yesterday, but I'm almost sure. Janos, you've seen the spreadsheet. Aren't both of them or one of them in the sell? We do streams next week. Okay, that's fine. What day are we doing a stream? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? I have no problem. I like to talk about the market all the time. I like to talk about the politics all the time. I like to talk about the media being so far off from the facts and underperforming historically. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sounds good to me. Monday off. That's right. It's baby Jesus' birthday here in the States. That's right. And what about New Year's? The same thing? All right, that's no problem. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. It's fine with me. Me likey doing webinars. That is over the weekend, New Year's. Right, so Monday is New Year's. January 1st is Monday, so it'll be the same way? Sounds good to me. All right, so you can see there, we're underneath the zero line on the cable for the last 2 days. Still in the weekly buy, so it's awful hard to take it too serious. And I guess, what's really odd is that the CPI is Consumer Price Index, so if it dropped, it's odd that they're selling it. I guess they're betting on inflation. Does that make any sense? You got a master's degree in economics. Why would they sell the cable, or the British pound, when the CPI is dropping? When it, I guess lower interest rates, right? That's what it is. Lower interest rates. So if there's no inflation, they can lower their rates. That's why. Okay, I got it now. So it'll be a start on 2/1. Everyone else will be off until the second week of January. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Yeah, there's no reason. So we'll be closed. We'll do both of those. You know, we'll be closed on New Year's and we'll be closed on Christmas. Yeah, that's what it is. I was a little surprised when I saw it this morning. I didn't even read the news. I was like, wait a minute, no wonder they were pressing it down. Which is a real surprise to me. Um, I kind of, the Federal Reserve's futures are projecting a six-time rate cut next year. Talk about, you know, the Democrat Federal Reserve, They are so politically orientated that it's ridiculous now. Ever since QE, they feel like they have carte blanche. They feel like free to be. They are just wild and woolly and crazy. Let's see. They expect the Bank of England to cut earlier now. Yeah, that's what. Well, I said that 2 or 3 days ago. I was saying that. The markets are projecting without a doubt, and the head of the Exchequer and the head of the ECB have been made it very clear they're cutting in the first quarter. Ooh, there's expectations of cuts to June. Let's see. So lower rates equals lower bond rates and lower money market rates. Carry trade. That's what it comes down to. The carry trade, not Jim Carrey. So less investment in GBP products, less demand for the pound. Right. And dollar. We didn't talk about. I guess we did talk about it on Monday. Has your friend been excited about the U.S. steel? How we were talking the stock up at $16 a share. Now Nippon Steel is buying it at 50. It went up to $54 a share. That was one of my 4 picks when you asked. Remember that? That was my first pick out of the 4. U.S. Steel. That's where the hedge fund managers were. I knew that. They get excited 6, 7, 8 months out before. That's how the hedge fund people work. They look out about 6 to 8 months and they say, okay, if this happens and this happens, which stocks will benefit from it? And which stocks will be harmed by it? So, I find it fascinating that you asked me these questions 6 months ago or 5 months ago, and I gave you U.S. Steel as my number 1 pick, and then I gave you, I forget the others, but because the others did okay, nothing major, but U.S. Steel has been, and I knew that was the number 1 thing hedge fund managers are looking at, because they want earnings, and they know that with a growing economy, steel is necessary for infrastructure, and they make more money. We should put that up there, the web, that particular webinar. I don't even remember when it was. Anyhow, let's stop patting myself on the back and let's jump over to, let's see, what do we do? We're doing the cable. Let's put cable up on J4X. There it is right there. Yeah, I mean, let's see, the fast is at 49.2. The slow's at 59, so there's a little weakness there. We got some green hinky, so it's really mixed up in both directions at this point. What else can we say about that? That's about it with the cable. Now we'll go over to the Swissy. Let's see what the Swiss franc is doing. Oh, I've seen Polina in some pictures lately up on Facebook. She seems happy. She didn't look too cold. I can imagine she must be really freaked out with all the snow you guys have. Poor Polina and that snow, you know. I need to tell Polina to take a picture with a scarf on. That would be cool. She's wearing some really warm jackets, I've noticed. Let's see. There is the Swiss. You can see a Swiss still moving down. Let's put it up on the older platform. Right there. Moving down, I'm sure, just the same way J4X is. A little bump today. Look at that. Let's see, where's the fast and the slows? Slows at, slows over to fast at 25.8 versus 23.9. So there's a little pressure on the downside still with that red hinky. But we're the same way here. You can see that we've been in the sell since up here about 7 days ago. And it's just doing a little bounce as we speak. And we've been in that weekly sell all the way back since the 90s. Alrighty. From there, we dance our way over to the yen, which looked half decent at one point this morning. It still does. It's a little bit down. But we're in a daily buy from yesterday. Let's get rid of that right there. Let's steal this one right there. Right there. And you can see, still in that weekly sell now, 5 weeks, coming down from the 150-ish area. And that was a nice sell. That was not a nice sell. That was a nice sell. Gave up some profits over here. Ow! And that was a nice sell. Oh, no, that wasn't a sell because it was in a buy at that point. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Loss. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And where else do we go from there? From there, we go over to the Great Experiment. Let's see. I saw yesterday, I think they closed in another all-time high yesterday. Another close at an all-time high at the Great Experiment. Yep, it did. Look at that. The new all-time high close is 31.9683, beating out 31.9564. Just one full point. And you can see we've been in the daily buy since here. Weekly buy all the way since the cows came home back in September. So the Great Experiment, which is, as we talk about around here, which is the euro pairs against the euro Turkish lira pairs trade. Yeah, what an interesting one that is, huh? It's gone from 1 and change to 31 and change, almost 32. Wow. Talk about the Great Experiment by, the former prime minister, now the president of the country. And he's got something brewing in his head that makes him think that this is the way to go. Watching his currency go from 1 and change to 32, basically. So I guess he's got some idea to how to better the economy and the life of the people there. And I guess it's going to play out sooner or later. We're going to see maybe the thing trading at a half. I doubt it. Drop from 32 down to a half. I don't think so. But let's hope for the people of Turkey and the success to the president, former prime minister. Alrighty. From there we go over to the South African Rand, the great, strong, biggest brick currency in the world. Right there, it's trying to go back into the buy today. You can see that getting through the zero line. You can see our little rectangle there was telling us we were through the buy number yesterday, and it's just underneath it again. We'll leave that there for tomorrow and see what that does. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to make it thicker if I can. There we go. That makes it better. Oh, let me just do that one more time and make it so that when we do that, instead of making me change colors to the circle. So it's just on the edge. And now what the heck is that? Oh, we have to move that up. There it is. Where are the dots at? I saw the dots. I can see the dots in there. Let's see if we can fix the dots. Style. Make it thickerish. Right there. There we are. So you can see the red. And where is Mr. Green? Let's see if we can fix that. Indicator. Format. Style. Bingo, bango, bongo. There we are. Close. So you can see there, it's when we see the rand going against the dollar like this and it's dropping. So in other words, the rand is making money when it drops against the dollar. Usually we have gold going up in value. And let's take a look at the gold. See what the gold is up to. Let's see what Mr. and Mrs. Gold are doing. As you can see there, now that's curious. What is that all about? What is that? Oh, that's not gold. That's the dollar index. There's the gold right there. Jumped into a buy yesterday. It's still in the buy today. And the South African Rand, let's put it up on J4X. Right there. It's dropping down overall, and this should be lifting up, and you can see it's doing it. It's lifting up in value. That's gold, and this is dropping down. The currencies follow the South African Rand very comfortably. The metals complex follows the South African Rand very comfortably. It's not as good as it has been since the political turmoil started down there last year, but it's definitely it's almost a year now too. It's kind of funny at the same, not funny, haha, funny, just unique, odd, funny. That the South African Rand and the president of South Africa had problems going into last year, where they found $500,000 in the cushions of his office in cash. And so they tried to get him to resign. He said, I have no interest in resigning. He's still president. And the currency, I would say, is 25% undervalued because of it. I really do. I think it should be trading in the 14s. And I use the gold as a standard because back then gold was trading at 17. And now gold is trading at like 21 basically. And so, that's how I figure that the South African Rand should not be in the 19s. It should be like in the 15s, or the 14s or something like that. So, but he's not going to resign, and so it's going to stay upside down like that. Now from there, we go take a look at, save that too. Let's save that. Save that image. And the answer to the question is right there. Move that over to there. And there is the gold saved. Thank you very much. From there, we'll go over to Silverado. Silverado. And there it is right there. It is flirting with daily buy as we speak. You can see it's gone through the zero line. Still in a weekly buy. And it's not, silver is definitely not. It is, how do I say this in nice, clean English? Silver is underperforming gold. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Well, you can see the algorithm is trying to turn up. And we are in a weekly buy. So if it does close there today, well, maybe they're going to give it another juicing, a little more window dressing for the year. Right there. And then from there we go over to copper, which is the hopes and dreams of many money managers that China actually starts to contribute to the world economy. You can see here that's been in the daily buy since the 83-ish area. What is that? 83.50. And now it's traded as high as, today is the high of the 3.945. So it's up about 11 cents copper at one point. And you can see, today. And you can see it's been in that weekly buy since the middle of November. And so there's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, going on 6. And they are hoping. I don't have any hope, but they have hope that China can actually help the world economy. So far, they are exporting deflation. I'm happy about that, because their economy is so weak at the moment. They're just shipping stuff out at like half price. They're just pushing it out the door to get some cash. And we've seen how desperate they are for cash, defaulting on like the $11 billion situation and the $23 billion situation. They couldn't even come up with a few $1 million to fix it. It's not like they were being asked to pay back the $11 billion. They were asked to pay $15 million. And what they've done with this money, no idea. But if they can't scratch $15 million out of $11 billion assets, they are in trouble. And so we're seeing the copper, they're hoping and praying that a growing U.S. economy and lower interest rates in the States will force feed China to do better. I always say, I call them the angry colony. China, the angry colony of the United States. And, it has its issues. And the copper is a good way of watching it. Since we can't trust their statistics, we can trust what we see in our eyes. It's like I was telling a friend of mine this morning that we were talking about the White House. Mr. Biden's White House put out a message, I guess it was Friday or over the weekend. I think it was Friday. They put it out and said, you have to stop, listening to fake news. That's what they said. They said, the economy is growing, inflation is dropping, we're doing great. We took over the economy, when it was out of control and in trouble. And all that is false, of course. And so they said, you have to start believing our statistics and stop believing false information. So when you go to a petrol station, a gasoline station, and you're trying to put fuel in your machine, the gas prices are 3 times higher than when they took over. They're telling you not to believe that. Or a loaf of bread is 25% higher than when they took over government 3 years ago. Don't believe that. Or your electric bills now are something like 27% higher. Don't believe that. In other words, just believe our statements. So it's the same thing with the China economy. They say one thing and then we see the other. They default on loans that are enormously small, in payment, and they default on them, and they can't find 10 or 15 or 20 million dollars when they've borrowed $11 billion or $20 billion or $25 billion or $30 billion in all these projects that they've defaulted on. And it's like, what are they doing with the money? Where have they put it? All right, last metal contract we look at is the platinum. And as I made my case, and I feel really good about that, as a trader, I can't imagine going short that stuff. I just don't understand it. And someone's obviously listening because, it's up 5% since I started that statement. It's like, how do you short platinum against the other metals? It's so low in value that, you just know you're going to get your fingers burned by doing so. And, that is really the issue. It's really hard to take those numbers and take them serious. It's very hard. Right, and we'll save that, and that's the platinum. There we are. So that's the Jan contract, which is still the lead month. We still have probably be switching there in a matter of. Let me just take a peek. I am curious. Let's see. Is it right there? No. Let's put it up here. I think the next contract is, let's see which contract we're going to be using for platinum. And the answer to that question is, platonium. We're going to be moving to the April contract. And right now it actually has more open interest than the January contract. But the volume on the January contract is 8,600 yesterday. And the April contract's volume was 3,800. So we're getting close though. I can see that. We'll probably be switching that going into next week. We'll switch into the April contract. All right. That does it for the metals complex. Now let's go over and look at the Canadian dollar. And there's the CAD. And when that thing is going down like so, going down like that, usually energies are lifting up in price because Canada is a energy nation. compared to the amount of population it has. It's a big energy population. Let's put that in the old stat and up on J4X right there. There's the CAD. And you can see here that, it's been marching down. And what's curious is obviously when we go and look at Brent, or let's first look at West Texas, and then we'll put Brent up on the screen with that. Where are you? Right there. There we are. There it is. There's West Texas Intermediate right there. And that is the February contract. You can see it's been rising of late, which is interesting. Right there. And you can see the weekly is on the edge like it was. What was the other product we were looking at? It was on the edge. What was that? It was one of the currencies maybe? That was right on the edge. It's just minus 0.03. So it's very close on that weekly. We've been in that weekly sell since the 80-ish area. And now we've gone to the high 60-ish area on it. And now it's making a lovely little bounce. Went into a buy there, fell into the sell, so you couldn't take that, so it didn't matter. And there's your first buy out of it. You can't take it out either. You can't take that buy because we're still in the weekly sell. Now we're flirting with it right there. So that is what it is. All right, traders, we're out of here. And let's just show you Brent, and then we're going to go and run away. So there is the Brent right there. As you can see on J4X, trading at $80, lifting up, just like the way the Canadian is going down. And let's give that to you, right, ZBF. I think that's what it is right there. No, not that. Let's see, where's it at? BZF, that's it, right there. You'll see it on that. We'll show you what the Brent looks like inside our mathematics. Right there, it's in a daily buy for 4 days. And you can see the weekly buy is coming up, moving up very close. Looks like it's doing over here on the West Texas. All right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. Catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, later, traders. See you, Janos. And tell Polina, put a picture up there with her with a scarf on. I want to see how she's dealing with the snow. She is in warm jackets. I do see that. And that's good. But I feel sorry for Polina when I see the cold weather. Ta-ta for now.